My name is Deontay, and this is my story. So after my time at the Salvation Army, my 6 months there, I went to Findlay, Ohio, and like running times out here, regret the knife and stuff like that. So after my time there, I moved back towards Cleveland, and see that tenant left this on my sister's stairs after they left. It was similar to a knife that I had in St. Croix. It was a little bit smaller. It was just a little kitchen knife and stuff like that I used to have in my room. And it was just weird. I was like, dang, that's the same kind of knife I had when I was in St. Croix in my room next to my bed and like under my pillow and stuff like that. And I was like, man, it's just weird. And then somebody, they left it and colored it red like that, and just left it on her stairs. So yeah, let me take you back. So take it back to 2020 when I was in St. Croix. I went to bed late to go to sleep, not to see the brightest light I ever seen, but I woke up and I was like, what this? And then I ended up falling asleep after that, and then woke up the next morning. And then basically after that moment, everything just seemed regular, and I was just working and everything like that during the season, and started taking in some extra things and shit that I shouldn't have been. But hey, you know. And then random times out here, Adam say I was taking Adderall and stuff like that, but I just played it like I didn't hear it. And then a couple times I heard Adam and Sane talking about what I was watching on my phone, saying that he was using the Wi-Fi, but it got quiet when I walked outside, even though I heard it. I was like, well, dang, what's going on here? And then, yeah, and then let's see here. Then I worked every day that I was supposed to, and finishing the season out. And then one night I went to go to bed, and it was probably like
Hello,
early
my
in
name
the
is
morning.
Deontay, and this is
Then I
my
heard
story
stop messing with him.
about
Y'all
how I
should
used
stop
to
messing
sleep
with
with
him.
a knife
And then
under my
that's when I was
pillow
sleeping
in
with a
St.
knife under
Croix.
my pillow in my left hand behind my back. And I pulled it out because I was here sitting in the room because I was hearing stuff before, but saying said you just tripping. But I was like, man, I'm starting to hear all these noises after the season in it, and it sounded like people I was working with and shit. But I never threw the knife, and it was in my hand. Then I went back behind my pillow. Then I went to sleep, and then I hear a phone call being made in real life, and yeah, that was that night. And then shortly after that, that's when I started hearing the voices in the room more. And then they said it was a prank. Well, they didn't say it was a prank at first. Then my phone was being kind of janky and wouldn't work. And somebody switched my SIM card out, and they was just making a lot of noise in the room. And I was freaked out. I was low car across the floor and shit. I was like, well, damn, man. I was in the drive. I could barely breathe and stuff. And then I started writing names down. And it was like, oh, it's a prank. It's a prank. And then I went out the room. I was like, oh shit, get this. And I went tiptoeing out, pop, pop, pop. Hit that right. And then I ran to the other room. And then went to go grab the doorknob. And as soon as I grabbed it, and that's when somebody locked it from the other side. But it was the voices I was hearing and shit, but they locked the door in real life. That shit's crazy. And I was like, oh yeah, this shit real. And I went dipping back to the room. And then, yeah, you see, I went dipping back and I was like, oh yeah, this shit real. And then, I don't know, they said it was a prank. And I was just like, well, we can just let this go here. And then I ended up leaving the house, and I was finally able to sleep after not being able to sleep and all that. And yeah, that was pretty much everything that happened. Then hold up, I gotta go back because I keep saying then shit. Let me take it back. When my SIM card got switched out, I didn't know at the time. I was like, damn, somebody hacked my phone using the Wi-Fi because I heard Adam saying that before the scene outside. So I was like, well, damn, maybe if I Google FBI, they'll get scared and hack my phone. But no, that just made that shit worse. Because that's when they started being louder and shit. Then I walked over to the mirror. They was like, oh, he found the camera. I was like, damn, they got a camera in the mirror and shit. So I went to take something to cover it, but they was saying they still could see me and stuff like that. And I was like, well, damn, they can see me in this mirror. I didn't know they got a camera in the mirror here. And then, let's see. After all that, I was over there chilling, shit like that. We was chilling, playing a little chess, bop, bop, bop. And then I hear a couple of them talking about what I was hearing in the room in real life. And I was like, oh, no, this can't be right. Because that shit they was saying the other night. So I was like, yeah, that's my cue to go and step out. So I went on out the room. And then stood out there for a minute. Oh, yeah, while I was in there, too, that's when I was told that my SIM card was actually switched on my phone and show how somebody would do that. So I was like, yeah, man, I don't trust nobody over here. And then, let's see. I was told I want to last 6 months before I left to my last night there. So I went back to the crib and slept in the chair like this because I ain't trust nobody and shit. And then before going to the airport, I see 2 cranes out there, a white one and a blue one. Was a crazy blue. So I walked over towards it. I touched him. I was like, look at this. Then he peeked and ran inside and shit. And I was like, man, that shit weird. So I went walking over there to it. The white one flew away, but the blue one stayed. And I was like, what the shit? I ain't never seen this shit before. So I walked up to it and just stayed right there and just was staring right at me and shit. And I was like this close. And then it finally flew away. And then I was about to go to the airport. And I seen this shoe sign say stay alive, which is probably out there all the time and shit. But then I get on the plane and see people with their phone and shit on a video chat. And it's like pointing at me and shit. And I was like, man, this shit weird. So I just gotta make it home. And then shit, everything after that was my 6 months at the Salvation Army and shit like that. And I stay alive. And during that time when I dipped outside, I didn't scream help me. I look left and I look right with my head straight. When I look right, my mouth helped me.